Aloy Ejimafo has the right as a citizen of this country to participate in a protest over anybody, including his state. But look at the two areas upon which it can be professional misconduct. One, on the issue of contempt of court. When a case is pending in court, any action done or not done for the purpose of causing a court, causing a judge to rule one way or the other that is inconsistent with the law, that is contempt of court. I hope you understand me.
Yes.
It is not when the case is pending in court and you are discussing it. It is not contempt. But if you are discussing it in a manner to now threaten a judge or to make statement that would make the judge to rule one way or the other instead of ordinary public opinion or ordinary fair comment, it becomes contempt of court. I hope you understand me. Like when we are discussing
like if this particular protest was designed to threaten the
judge into doing one thing or the other,
to rule in favor of
Nnamdi Kanu, it becomes contempt upon which the lawyer can now be charged for professional misconduct.
Is it wrong for a lawyer to actually protest?
See, professional misconduct is any action done by a lawyer which is against the code of ethics of lawyers. Lawyers have how they behave, especially that is professional misconduct. It is not a personal misconduct. You know, people always mistake it when you have a lawyer is quarreling with you, or a lawyer is owing you house rent, or dinner husband and wife are having problem. You now go and write to MBA that man is not fit to be a lawyer, that he's quarreling with his wife, he's beating his wife, he's quarreling with you, or he's having a problem with you. Let me tell you, the law is that the only time upon which you can hold the lawyer for professional misconduct is if the professional misconduct affects his profession as a lawyer. I hope you understand me.
Yes.
It is not if I'm in your house and I'm a tenant in your house and I'm owing you a house rent. You go and write to MBA, say you will derobe me. People always say that to people. Somebody that is doing something, Emperor, I will derobe you and I will just laugh at you. How can you derobe me when you're not my client? When I have not done anything? People always threaten lawyers, so I will derobe you, I will derobe you. Let me tell you, you can't derobe any lawyer. You can't derobe any lawyer. How many lawyers have you ever seen people? The only time you will derobe a lawyer is if a lawyer commits professional misconduct. He takes your money, he didn't pay you, he took your money, you gave him money, he's managing your property, you received the money, and he did not remit the money. Okay. You understand me? Or he committed perjury or did anything in professional respect as a lawyer. But not when you are quarreling with a lawyer, you say you will derobe him. You can't derobe any lawyer. Listen, read my lips as a lawyer. My name is Emperor Obuna, and I'm telling you that stop threatening lawyers and you derobe them. You cannot derobe any lawyer. It's unless if that lawyer took your money or you gave him money to do something, he refused to do it. And let me tell you, derobing is you will take him to MBA committee, they will judge it and they will tell him to refund you the money. It is when he fails to refund the money that it becomes a problem. But most times they will tell him, refund the money, and he refunds it. It's only when it is shown that the man was fraudulent, especially in professional respect. So the only ground upon which you can derobe a lawyer is any misconduct done in professional respect. That's what I'm saying. So having said that, Aloy Ejimafo is a lawyer to Nnamdi Kanu. There is no doubt.
Yes.
He participated in the protest. The protest was to ask the federal government to drop the charges they have against Aloy Ejimafo. Against Nnamdi Kanu. That's the question. To drop the charges. Now let me tell you something. He was not protesting to cause Justice James Omotosho to declare Nnamdi Kanu not guilty. He was not protesting for the court to strike out the case against Nnamdi Kanu. He was protesting against the social injustice which he felt that his creativity related to draw this decision. Aloy Ejimafo has the right as a citizen of this country to participate in a protest over anybody, including his state. But look at the two areas upon which it can be professional misconduct. One, on the issue of contempt of court. When a case is pending in court, any action done or not done for the purpose of causing a judge to rule one way or the other that is inconsistent with the law, that is contempt of court. I hope you understand me.
Yes.
It is not when the case is pending in court and you are discussing it. It is not contempt. But if you are discussing it in a manner to now threaten a judge or to make statement that would make the judge to rule one way or the other instead of ordinary public opinion or ordinary fair comment, it becomes contempt of court. I hope you understand me. Like when we are discussing the case
like if this particular protest was designed to threaten
the judge into doing one thing or the other
to rule in favor of
Nnamdi Kanu, it becomes contempt, upon which the lawyer can now be charged for professional misconduct. But the protest was not to threaten a judge. Nobody even remembers the judge. The judge is doing his job. Nobody has ever threatened the judge before.
Nobody even called his name.
Nobody called his name
or her name
because he was doing his job. The people they are asking is they're asking the federal government to drop the charges against Tinubu. Aloy Ejimako has the right as a lawyer to protest. His right to protest is protected by the Constitution of Nigeria. And the Legal Practitioners Act is inferior to the Constitution. The right, freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of thought and conscience, and freedom of expression, freedom of right to join peaceful assembly. All these things are rights provided in chapter 4 of the Constitution, from section 33 to section 46 of the Constitution. Okay. That is the section that deals with fundamental rights. So you cannot tell me that the Legal Practitioners Act is superior to the fundamental rights of a lawyer to protest. Right of protest is your fundamental right, which cannot be eroded by the Legal Practitioners Act. So when it comes to the hierarchy of laws, the Constitution is superior. And when it comes to the Constitution, the fundamental right is superior to any other Constitution. The fundamental right is clear that if any other section of this Constitution is inconsistent with the fundamental right, the fundamental rights shall prevail to the extent of that inconsistency. The fundamental right of citizens are superior to other sections of the Constitution. Not every section of the Constitution, every section of the Constitution is not equal. Fundamental rights is protected by the International Declaration of Human and People's Rights. It is protected by the African Charter of Human Rights. It is protected by the International Convention on Civil and Political Rights. There are so many, even the European Convention, even so many conventions upon which Nigeria is a signatory, protect the human rights. So you cannot tell me that because Aloy Ejimafo is a lawyer, that he cannot protest to feel that the Igbos are being marginalized, or to say that his client Nnamdi Kanu, when the federal government have dropped the charges against Sowore, they have dropped the charges against Igboho, they have dropped the charges against, they have integrated so many Boko Haram and bandits into the system that Nnamdi Kanu should not get that treatment.
Even
in as much as I may not support Nnamdi Kanu what he's doing, or I may not be against him, it is my opinion, which I will not tell you. But what I'm saying is that Aloy Ejimafo has the freedom as a Nigerian to protest, irrespective of being a lawyer to Nnamdi Kanu, provided he is not doing anything to override or to cause Justice Omotasho to deliver judgment one way or the other.
No, current with the current arrest of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer and his detention, what necessary action could the NBA? It's
a breach of fundamental rights. Any NBA will respond. I don't have about he will, but I don't know whether he's still in detention. He might have been released. I don't know, but I know that provided he was not doing anything illegal. One, even if he was protesting, that protest is not a crime. I hope you know. It is assuming the federal government is correct too, it's professional misconduct. Professional misconduct is not a crime. Professional misconduct is a misconduct that is peculiar to lawyers, which the Legal Practitioner Disciplinary Committee is the committee that is fostered with duty to regulate the discipline of lawyers. Just hear me. So the federal government cannot arrest him for professional misconduct.
This professional, tell us in clear terms, what is the meaning of the word professional misconduct? What does it really mean?
Professional misconduct is a misconduct. You know what a misconduct is now? A misconduct done by a lawyer in professional respect.
Okay.
I have
carrying out his
duties as a lawyer. So for you to hold the lawyer responsible for professional misconduct, that lawyer must have been your lawyer, or what he did was tantamount to derailing justice. But not when you have a private quarrel with a lawyer. That's a lawyer. I will derobe you. You can't derobe anybody. Market, you can't derobe anybody.
So what happens to, the judgment have just been about Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. What happens to other protesters that
is it now.
Even a journalist was also harassed today with camera
I saw it. I saw it. And then the Carlos brother, Emmanuel Kanu.
And Nana Carlos Roy also arrested. They are not arrested.
If-
But what happened to other protesters that came out just to protest peacefully?
It's like in the police now.
Without carrying gun. And
Nobody carried gun.
What actually happens? Is it that they don't have actually right to protest, or in protesting in Nigeria is actually a crime?
You know, the Nigerian police is saying that there was a court order restraining the arrest. But the Nigerian police don't understand. One, if an ex parte order, or there are two, if an ex parte order is made, that ex parte order can never be effective unless when the order has been drawn and the judge sign his signature and the registrar sign his signature. There must be what you call an enrolled order having the seal of the court. In the absence of an enrolled order in an ex parte order, that order is null and void. Now, there are two types of order: ex parte order and order made on notice. Now, if you are there and I'm there, and the court made an order restraining I, Emperor Bona, from doing something, and I was in court, I don't need to be served that order for me to obey it. I was in court. But this time, the Nigerian police said that they went to Justice Omar to make an order. Ex parte, you know what ex parte means? In the back of somebody against Showore.
Okay.
Showore was not in court.
Without inviting him.
The court purportedly, according to them, made an interim order. That order has not been drawn yet. That order has not been served on Showore. That order has not been displayed to Nigeria. I have not seen the order. Have you seen the order?
No, I've not.
So on what ground will the police tell us that there's an order when the order has not been served? An order, of course, can only have effect if it is made, drawn, and served on the other party. If the court make an order and it was not served on the other party, that party is not bound by that order. That's the law. But if that party was in court when that order was made and he heard it, you don't need to serve him the order.
He will comply
because he was in court. The court is presumed that he ought to comply.
So what I'm trying to say is, what happened to those protesters? Is it that they will, what happened last time when you have a hunger protest?
They will arrest them now. You know Nigeria now. They will arrest them and charge them to court now. But in the end, how many people will be convicted? Can you convict somebody for protesting? Which law can you use? You use Public Orders Act. You use Rights of Riot Act. Those laws are inconsistent with the clear provisions of the fundamental right laws fundamental right provisions in the Constitution.